Hello, my name is Daniel Trask. I am applying for the SAP PP Production Planning Functional Analyst position at Texas Instruments. And I like to think that I'm a high performance kind of guy. I've spent a lot of time working in industry, and I think I'm the perfect guy for working at TI. I graduated from Missouri S&T with a bachelor's degree in information science and technology. And I've worked in industry in that field for the last couple of years as interns and co-ops. And I really think that my experience would lend really well to TI. At Husky, which is the first place I entered, I was the IT intern, and I was responsible for PC changeouts and desktop support. Mostly, I worked on a couple projects here and there. I actually researched electric cars, believe it or not, to see how much of a threat they were to Husky as a business, because Husky makes gas pump nozzles, and they were a little worried about electric cars. But anyway, at Husky, I've worked with all sorts of people in the plant. I've probably worked with every single person that works there at one time or another, either dealing with problems on the plant floor, with the people working, there, or with the engineers, with the business people and accounts, with people in sales and distribution, and also in the production planning arena. I've worked with the IBM AS400 while I was there, and Infor ERP XA, which is like a client for that AS400 that we run, and I'm pretty well versed in that, and I know how an ERP system works, both in reality and at least in computer world. I'm also an expert in SAP, but that's just where my experience in industry was. So I also worked for Genius Garage. They're a racing team out of Ohio ran by a guy named Casey Putsch. He created the team to give young people like myself management skills and skills in industry. And so at Genius Garage, I was actually the team manager for one of the seasons. And as a team manager, I was responsible for making sure each team lead was doing what they needed to do in the right amount of time. And I was also in charge of doing the final safety check on the car. So when the driver went out to go race the car that weekend, it was a Formula Ford, that we knew the car was in condition to be raced, and basically that responsibility fell onto me, which is huge for someone, in their early 20s. To be solely responsible for a race car driver's life in a very, very high performance environment. Outside of Genius Garage, which was probably my favorite thing I've ever done working, but outside of Genius Garage, I'm also the social media manager for the Missouri S&T Formula Electric team. So I've worked with that race team as well. I ran the social media accounts and actually the Twitter handle Formula Electric, which is kind of a big deal if you know anything about like the FIA and racing. So running that Twitter handle has brought a lot of really positive attention to Missouri S&T and to the Formula team specifically. When I was on the Formula team, I also was involved in sort of just brainstorming ideas for the car, what we wanted the car to be like. So I've been involved in that, the actual production of the car, but mostly my job was as a social media manager and communicating with people and sponsors and trying to get the team on the next level. So we're competing against all the other universities, on that next level. I'm a pretty active hobbyist too, outside of those things, and I am actually a race car driver myself. I race an old BMW in autocross, or STL SCCA Solo, so I run autocross in the SCCA. I've actually the most recent season I started winning championships. So I started winning events, and I realized, oh crap, I'm actually on track to win points this season. My old BMW. So I'm very, very proud of my performance with the SCCA. Doing that, and I'm really excited about going to the Nationals in a couple weeks. I think that Texas Instruments could be a big beneficiary of some of my skills. I think that I'm the perfect candidate for that job. I've taken all of the ERP classes, and I have an ERP certification from Missouri S&T. So not only do I have, experience on the production floor, in a manufacturing plant, but I also have experience with SAP in the back end and doing all the dirty work. So in conclusion, I'm very excited about this opportunity. Thank you for taking the time to watch my video, and I'm excited to see you in Dallas sometime soon. Thanks.